How do? I seem to have upset some people today on Twitter, and I genuinely do not mean to upset people. I hope that you... I know that people get offended, but I hope you can see that I'm only saying things that I find funny. I'm not, and I know some people won't find everything that I say funny. Fuck them. You don't have to find it funny. It's totally up to you to be offended by something, but then to fall out with somebody because they don't agree with what you agree with, I think it's childish, and I suppose somebody's going to get offended because I've called them childish, but hard luck. You know, there's a lot of things that I don't like, but I don't go out with my big sign in the city centre, super gluing my bloody self to the road. So yeah, I don't mean to offend anybody, but some people get offended, and if I've upset you, I don't want to upset you. That is not the same as offending you. If I offend you, I don't care. If you're upset, I'm sorry. All right. Also this week, on Monday, I had a tube down my throat to examine the inside of my stomach to make sure that I didn't have cancer. It turns out I don't have cancer, which is great. But what I have done is I've made a hernia in my stomach, which is weird. It's like where hernia is probably most associated with when you get a groin injury or something like that. Anyway, it means that the opening to my stomach is damaged and it'll never ever repair itself. So I can take a tablet every day of my life, and this will help stop me being sick. Because I should have started from the beginning, but I've been sick for 8 weeks solid. I've been sick almost every day, every time I've eaten, which has been not great. So anyway, they give me a tablet to take, and it seems to be working. But anyway, Monday, they investigated it, put a tube down my throat with a camera in it. It's like a hose pipe. I think I'm hard as nails, but turns out I'm not as tough as I think I am, because I violently tried to be sick for 5 minutes. I had nothing in my stomach because I didn't eat, but I made the sick noise for 5 minutes, like that, and my eyes were tearing up, like just streaming actually with tears, and they had to keep reminding me to breathe, which apparently when you're in some sort of trauma with something down your throat, you forget to breathe. Not that you can't breathe, it's not big enough to block my air tube, it was just big. And my brain had said, get that out of my throat. And afterwards I did have a little giggle and a chat with nurse, and I did tell her that's probably the dream of my gay porn career finished. I think I'm going to give up on that dream because I don't think I could do it. And she said to me that she'd had the tube up her other end. Hello. You can come through because it's not live. What are you doing?
What the fuck were you on about then?
Having a tube down my throat on Monday. So nurse said to me she'd had the camera up the other end, and I said it better not be the same camera. She said it probably will be. Yuck. Anyway, when this camera goes in, the back. You can go to sleep if you want, but I thought I'm rock hard, so I don't really need to go to sleep. But it turns out I'm not as hard as I think I am, and so they put spray down your throat, and it numbs all your throat here. So to get in past that bit there, it's not too bad. And then when it gets down there, you start to feel it a bit. But then when it gets in your stomach, you can feel it touching the inside of your stomach. And to make things worse, they blow air into your stomach to blow your stomach up so that they can see properly. Oh man, as soon as that air went in, I went brrr, brrr, And I could hear it, but I didn't think it was me making that noise. I just didn't think about what it was at all. All I could think was, I can feel this tube in my stomach touching things, and I need to get it out. Anyway, if you do have to have a tube down your throat, you know, my advice to you would be go to sleep. Go to sleep. Get a friend to come and pick you up. I thought that if I could just get it done, it'd take 5 minutes. I'd be back in my car driving home. Oh, there's a recovery lounge where you can go and sit with other people that are crying, and giggling at the same time, going, that were ridiculously massive. You don't see the camera as well until it gets like till it's gonna go in, and then you go, fuck, it's like a BBC camera. It's like that big. It's like a guy on his shoulder, and then it's too late. Then you've got your mouth pressed open, and you're not there. That's my story about having a camera down my throat. Anyway, back to upsetting people. I think when I started this channel, I just started making videos and never really interacted with people. I just made a load of videos, and they become, people see them and they comment on them, and I was quite happy with that. And then live stream started, and live stream was a good thing for like communities to talk to people and get on with each other, but a bad thing in the way that people just didn't make videos anymore. They just live streamed, and I was one of them. I became a live streamer, which was good for a little bit, and I was helping people grow the channels, and we were doing God raids. Great, we're all great. And then because you're now dealing with people a little bit more, people start getting upset with you in your live stream because you've said something that they didn't like. And to be honest, I've had enough of it. So I think that the live streaming might stop, or not stop completely, but not be as much as I was doing. In fact, you can probably see over the last 3 months, I've done less and less and less. And that's because I don't like people. I've decided I don't like people. There's some lovely people who come in my channel, and you know who you are, but there's some bellends, okay, who are just out to be upset and moan, you know, and tell me I'm not right. I don't care if I'm not right in your eyes. You know, if you're, I said it before, if you're upset, I'm sorry I upset you. But genuinely don't care if I've said something that you don't agree with. I think you're probably an idiot if you think that everybody should agree with you or everybody should like the same things. And the thing about like the transgender, not even the transgender thing, but the way that them people act and react, and the way that they moan and bitch about everybody because somebody said something that's upset them. You are big babies. You are big spoilt babies, like big spoilt sulky babies with signs. And look, I don't mean to upset you, but to offend you, well, I really didn't mean to offend anybody. I just said edgy, funny things that are funny to me, and you guys can do what you want, but I just think it's funny. Why am I not allowed to think that some things are funny? Kabaddi. I don't know if anybody's seen Kabaddi. It's like an Indian sport where they play tig. It's a serious sport, and some of them guys are making millions of pounds. I think it's funny. I think it's really funny. I can watch it for about 5 minutes with my friends. We will all rip the piss out of it because we think it's funny. I think you're funny, okay? And I don't have to take your your things serious. I can laugh at anything. Has anybody ever been to? Have you ever been to a funeral and had a giggle? So you upset people probably haven't, but a lot of us, that's a place where you get the nervous giggles, the most inappropriate time to laugh, and I can't always say that I'm going to take your shit serious. I still love you. I sounded like Freddie Mercury then, didn't I? I still love you. Probably he'd sing it better than that. But I have no grievances and I don't dislike anybody. But some of your shit is funny, and some of other people's shit is funny that I'm going to laugh at. And some people might think I'm a moron. Great. At least you're clever enough to have an opinion like I am. Anyway, that was different, wasn't it? Have a good day. And don't forget to subscribe, even if you're a transvestite person, because I won't be a prick to you, but I will say some funny stuff. And if you don't like funny stuff or things that are funny aimed at you or whoever, then don't subscribe, don't care. And follow me on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I used to have 1 billion people follow me on Twitter. But now I'm into upsetting people for a living, so they all left. So if you're one of them upset people, don't follow me. Don't follow me. That's a thing from this, because I've been prodding around in my stomach, I've been burping all week as well. So don't think I'm just being rude. I do burps just for the sake of being rude. This is like a gurgling in my stomach for no reason at all, because somebody tried to shove a gigantic telescopic camera in my throat. They didn't try to, they did do. Anyway, that's it. You can go now. Bugger off.